As a die-hard fan of comic books, action films, and crime dramas, I have to tell you that Daredevil the series is fantastic. It's the story of a blind lawyer who uses his superhuman senses and inhuman fighting ability to save his city from a deadly visionary and his organization. Based on the Marvel comic, this is one for people who love those superhero films and for those of you who just like good, complex television. This has it all, but it's not for the kids. When he was just a boy, Matt Murdock lost his sight saving a man from a truck carrying toxic chemicals. The accident increased all of his other senses beyond human levels. As an adult, he and his friend Foggy open a legal practice in one of the toughest areas of New York City called Hell's Kitchen. But at night, he dons a mask and a black outfit and brings the pain to those that think they're above the law. He defends the helpless. His crusade crosses paths with a powerful cabal that is bent on remaking the city under their control. They're led by a man so mysterious, so deadly, that even killers dare not speak his name. While this is a show about a man fighting crime, it's not just a superhero series. The world of Daredevil is grounded in reality. The violence, the language, even the content of a single episode can be extremely rough. But that grit feeds into the anger, the desperation, and the fear of the characters. This is more of an action-packed crime thriller than it is costumed hero fun. I love that this was a refreshing take on the crime fighter. It combines a complex origin story, a great conspiracy, with some of the best fight choreography I've ever seen on television. We have a hero that's beating somebody up in almost every single episode. The fights have enough flair to wow us, and then enough blood and bone-crackling realism to make us cringe and then immediately smile. But every one of these fight scenes has a point. It feeds right back into the story. When you see the end of the second episode, you know what I'm talking about. The surprising thing about this series is that it's so rich with everything we love to see on screen. Now, amid those beatdowns, we have a terrific chemistry in the cast, interesting subplots, and surprising comedy. I'm not just talking with the heroes, but also with the villains. The series works very hard to humanize not only Murdock, but everyone around him. Now, we get to see his vulnerability, what he's sacrificing for this mission, but that depth rings true for almost all of the other characters. You get so involved in each of their individual stories that you don't mind it when the show's focused on them more than him. This is a top-notch ensemble cast. They brought depth and complexity to characters that I thought were going to be throwaway. But for time's sake, I'm only going to talk about the two main stars. Now, I never saw Charlie Cox as Daredevil. I just didn't see him as the role, but he is Matt Murdock. He brings all of the pain, the drive, the passion that this hero needs to have, and he's completely believable in his physical presence as a superhero. But he is overshadowed by Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, the main villain. D'Onofrio is mesmerizing, creating a brutal, calculating, yet sympathetic nemesis. His performance is so good that the few episodes that are more about his character, you just become lost in, and then you'll realize, oh yeah, this show's about that masked guy. Daredevil the series is set in the same universe as the Marvel films like Avengers and Iron Man, but this is the richer, darker underbelly. If you've never been a fan of costumed heroes, this may be the show that changes your mind. A second season is already in production, and 3 more shows are coming to Netflix that'll deepen the hero's world. So this is just the beginning. Go ahead and click play and find yourself believing in the devil.